So what happens is all these worker bees that are covering each one of these little cages are taking care of the queen and feeding her and keeping her warm. You can see like there's a queen inside, there's nurse bees on the outside that are attracted to her, and they're going to take care of her during transport. Have you ever seen a queen bank before? If you don't have any idea what that is, let me show you what this is. So a queen bank is basically a way that a beekeeper can hold a lot of queens available for other beekeepers to use, or for you to use if you are the beekeeper. So we just set up this little tripod just to show you what we're doing. So this is a normal Langstroth hive with a colony of bees in it, but without a queen. There's no queen in here that's like laying eggs. It is just full of adult worker bees and brood. So we make up these banks and we create a situation where a colony is queenless, and then we give them a lot of queens at once. But these queens are in special cages that keep them safe, keep them away from each other, and they keep it so that the worker bees do not kill them. So even though this colony does not have a laying queen, they do not have a mother, it is full of queens. So this is the frame that we use to hold these queen cages, and there's probably around 20 queens on this one frame. Each one is in an individual cage that we call JZBZ cage. And inside of that cage is just one queen, and on the outside of it are worker bees. And these are specifically young worker bees that are great at feeding queens and taking care of them. So we are taking this little frame of bees out, so these queens out, and then we're pulling them and getting them ready for customers. So we keep this queen bank at our store in our bee yard, and when a customer needs a queen, they just call us or they order online and they come by and pick it up. So what we like to do is we like to have the queens like ready for them. So the process we use is however many queens we need to pull out of the bank, we pull them all out and we set them on the frames, and that allows them to get covered with worker bees. So by doing this, like, we are able to keep these queens alive for a long time. When the customer transports it to their colony, it's covered in worker bees, and the queen is really not able to feed herself. So what happens is all these worker bees that are covering each one of these little cages are taking care of the queen and feeding her and keeping her warm. You can see like there's one queen inside. There's nurse bees on the outside that are attracted to her, and they're going to take care of her during transport. The method that we use that we really like is we use these like deli bags, and you are familiar with them if you buy cookies, because you see like a couple cookies being put in these, and they fold them over, and then there's a little clear window. So we use those, and they work really great for giving queens to our customers. So we'll take one or two of these queen cages and we'll put it in every bag and then hand that to the customer. And we have kept them alive, these queens alive in a bag, not to give to a customer, but we've done that just to see how long they will live. And the queen and the workers were alive in that bag for like over a week. It was really surprising. It was just kind of a test. I don't recommend it, but it was a good test. So when we have this queen bank, you have to have a constant supply of nurse bees, of young bees. So every week we will take a frame of bees that are about to hatch out of their frames, and we'll put it into this queen bank. So that way the colony has a constant supply of nurse bees to take care of the queens, because you'll get to a point where the bees are so old that they will not take care of the queen anymore. So as long as we have queens in here, we will keep putting nurse bees into it, and protein and sugar water, so that they have plenty of food to take care of these nurse bees, so that when we do give them to customers, they're good and healthy. So anyways, I hope you found that helpful, just how we manage our queen bank. We've got a great blog on our website talking about how to do it. Hopefully you found that interesting.